Hi, this is Brock, and what's your major, Brock?
I am a criminal justice major at the University of Texas at Austin.
So what kind of jobs are you looking into, like police, FBI, border patrol, or?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all of those. Like anything I can really get my foot in the door, and have a solid job.
I got you. So I'm going to try to persuade you why being in the border patrol is a bad idea for you. So I read this book, The Line Becomes a River by Francisco Cantu, for my class. And this is a direct quote from the book. It says, "There are days when I feel like I'm becoming good at what I do, and then I wonder, what does it mean to be good at this?" So I feel like in this quote, he's conflicted on how to do his job well. Does he, the more immigrants they're like trying to come over here he arrests, the better he does, the less. So how do you feel about that?
I mean, I guess like I see I see where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? But
Do you think it'd be hard? Do you think it'd be hard for you to feel like you're doing a good job if you're arresting all these people, like taking them back to the border patrol station, or would you feel better if you were taking less? Because it's hard. Like, this part of the hardest job is depicting on what is a good border patrol.
Yeah, how to
judge yourself. Okay, here's an excerpt from the book that his mom actually says. She says, "You spent nearly 4 years on the border. You weren't just observing a reality, you were participating in it. You can't exist within a system for that long without being implicated, without absorbing its poison. And let me tell you, it isn't something that's just going to slowly go away. It is part of who you become. So what will you do? All you can do is try to find a place to hold it, a way to not lose some purpose for it all." So I feel like his mom has noticed a change in Francisco's attitude and his perception, because he talks about the poison and how I feel like the border patrol is affecting him, and it seems like to her it's affecting him in a negative way. So would you really want a job that's going to affect you in a negative way like that?
I mean, no. I can see what she's saying, like how you could develop I guess kind of like a shell to protect yourself, from that negative aspect of the job.
Yeah, because you're being around so many negative things. You're being around children dying. You're being around the drugs, around all the different terrible things, and I think that's part of the reason why it's like a poison to him, maybe affecting him.
Yeah.
And ultimately, after he's like an agent, he goes back and he starts working in like an office, like a cubicle job kind of. So I think that might
still has that shell that just pretty much allows him to be able to do what you need to do for the job, and sometimes say no.
So there's another series of events when Francisco finds a man and a pregnant woman in a church, and he feels the need to help them, but he can't because it's his job to turn them in. So that would be a really hard thing for my morality to, I don't know about you, but it'd be really hard to see a pregnant woman and then them having to take them to the station, knowing them going back to Mexico in a really hard place for children and birth and all that. But then if they were born here, that baby would automatically be a citizen. But then it's my job to determine if I don't, I could get fired and even go to jail. So wouldn't that be hard for you to ethnically decide what to do?
I mean, yeah, for sure it would. Like you said, just pretty much sending somebody back to it's almost like you're fating them a worse life, because just because they're here and they're not supposed to be here, and just sending them back to a place where like you said, there's crime and drugs, and it's just really hard on a child. Yeah, that would definitely affect me.
Okay, and then another series of events, Cantu actually goes to a dentist, and the dentist is checking out his teeth, and he talks about how Cantu has been grinding his teeth, and he talks about how it's been in his sleep, and he says that that's a sign of stressful. So the dentist thinks that the Cantu's job is very stressful. Would you really want a stressful job that could impact your health like that?
I mean, no, nobody really wants like, nobody wants a stressful job, bro. Like,
Yeah, to hurt them.
yeah, like it would. I mean, stress just has so many negative effects on your body, especially like if you live in a constant state of stress like that. Like, I mean, you think he's probably like going home stressed out because events that happened. And yeah.
Stressful from what all he's seeing all these people dying
having
and
to
all
make
these
decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I understand that.
there's some other things. Now, I learned these in a lecture, and I found these interesting. So 11 million people are currently undocumented in the United States, but only 55% of them are Mexican. So did you know that? Did you think that was higher? Did you think that statistic was higher, percentage of Mexican?
Yeah, probably just because like the media, and like just how it's.
Yeah, the media definitely affects the
Yeah,
perception of that.
Yeah.
And here's kind of another media statistic about that. In 2000, 16 million people, or 1.6 million, came through the United States like undocumented. But in 2017, only 300,000 came. So that's 5 times more people in 2000. So like, I think it's because the media back then really wasn't focused on that. And I think like, now they see that as like, oh my gosh, 300,000 people, and then the media politicians start talking about it and kind of blow it up. Don't you agree?
I mean, yeah. I mean, the light on it is for sure there, more so now than it was back then. But do you think that it was more of like a less secure border, or do you think that it's just the I mean, what do you
I think it's definitely the border was less secure then, because people didn't view it as much of an issue, even though it was more of an issue then than it is now, because the media portrayal. So there's actually more there's more border patrol now, and I think people are scared of it to come because they see
threats.
they see the death, they see sending back, they see people back in Mexico. If they get sent back, then they're gonna be harmed because they tried to run away, or you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So, thank you for your time, Brock. I hope I persuaded you to not join the Border Patrol.
Yes,
Do you think it's something you'll be interested in now, knowing all that?
It's definitely less like
attractive.
Yeah, like I'm probably thinking of doing something more like internal, like FBI or just a police department, in like a local police department. But definitely gave me something to think about.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.